Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt, and we are brought to you by Epson. We're airing on Triathlete.com. We are at the ITU World Championship in beautiful downtown Chicago along the lakefront. One of our favorite guys in the world, Mr. Joe Maloy, joins us. Joe, haven't seen a lot of you. Actually, I looked at you on the side of a milk carton earlier this year. You haven't been racing a lot.
Yeah, I've been kind of nowhere to be found.
And that was by plan.
Well, I don't know if it was by plan so much as by circumstance. I love to race.
I know you do.
Yeah. But the opportunities that were there, I didn't think they made sense for me and for what I wanted to do this year.
When I look at you, finish up last year on a total high, winning that lifetime race, right in Oceanside, good prize money, beating a good field, and then so when you start looking at the schedule for this year, you're going, okay, Abu Dhabi, and that's early, and then everybody's going to be living basically in Australia, New Zealand. My goal is to get to Rio, right? Which means I want to do the test race, and then I want to go to Chicago because that's another potential qualifier for Rio. Was it hard not to go and race because you are a racer?
Absolutely, it was hard, especially when the alternatives just training and watching your competitors on TV, get out there and have fun and race well and go fast. It's definitely not easy when you're in the day-to-day, tired, beat up.
Right. So the nice thing about where you sit right now, there's no Americans have qualified. Right. The guys someone needed to finish top 8. No one did in Rio. So coming here, and I'm sure not a lot of people are going. Most people are saying no Americans are going to qualify, right? The field's too deep. No Americans are going to be a factor. What do you say to that?
They can. That's fine. They can say whatever they want. I think if they want to go by history, then they're more than justified in saying that.
Yes.
But history doesn't decide races. The
resumes
the
don't decide races, right?
Exactly.
It's how you do on that day.
Yeah, it's executing in the moment.
How are you feeling? And do you feel because a lot of you got Jared Shoemaker's got a collarbone, and other people have different nagging injuries. The fact you haven't raced a lot, I look at that as a real positive because you're probably fresh.
Yeah, I like to think I am. I'm definitely mentally ready to go.
Yeah.
And for this time in the year, I think that's 90% of the battle.
It really is. People are pretty burnt this time of year.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people. You think the World Championships, everybody's gunning for it, but there's also there's a feeling a lot of people talking about what they're doing afterwards and what the off season holds and stuff. And I'm not ready for that at all. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the race. I can't wait till Saturday.
So, if you go top 8 and make the Olympic team, and you're an Olympic junkie, you love this stuff.
Let's not get carried away.
Oh, but if.
All right.
Listen. The nice thing about this stuff is it's wide open, right? It's win, come top 8 and you're in. I remember Jared Shoemaker in Beijing puking at the finish line, and I didn't even know who that guy was, and he made the Olympic team. That stuff happens.
Yeah.
So for you, what would it mean?
It's pretty hard to put into words. It would be very special.
Yeah.
It would be. I guess it's not some. It's definitely something I've thought about, but it's not. It's not my primary. I mean, maybe it is my primary motivation.
It's your primary.
Here,
What else?
I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would mean a whole lot. It'd be pretty special. It'd mean. I don't know if it would make it'd be an end to everything I've done, but
major stepping stone.
I mean, what I want to do in triathlon is I want to motivate people. I want to inspire. I want to get the most out of myself, and I want to have the opportunities to do that on the biggest stages. And there's none bigger than the Olympics. So.
Some people have a tendency to, they do well off Broadway. They do well in Ishigaki and in places like that. And sometimes when the lights get bright and the stage gets big, they can shrink a little bit. You seem like a guy. There's a certain entertaining aspect to being a professional athlete, and some people come alive with the bigger stage and the bigger lights. I feel you're that type of guy.
Yeah, I try to be. and I don't know if it's something that I consciously work towards, but it's definitely, I try not to race with emotions, but I'm an emotional guy, and I feel, I definitely feel a lot of energy from, the crowds, and it's undeniable. We're here in the U.S. It's actually my first race in the United States this year. Really? Yeah. Other than Triton Man back in San Diego, and so I'm just really excited. I think it's a great place. I won my first national title here last year. I had my first breakthrough race as a pro here in Chicago. Really? Yeah.
When was that?
2010 at Lifetime Fitness.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you've got good memories from here.
Yeah, I've raced well in this city. I have a lot of friends here. My family will be out. So
does a course suit you?
I don't know if all those 180s suit anybody. Right. But to tell you the truth, I don't care what the course is. Okay. Whatever they put out there, I'll race it. They could change it, in the middle of the bike. I mean, okay. So it's a pretty special venue. I was just out swimming this morning, and I'm coming up, sighting off the big Sears thing Tower. They call the Sears Tower. Now it's a Willis Tower. Oh yeah, whatever. They changed.
Different sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah. So you give them enough money, they'll call it the Bob Tower.
You know what? Back when I started racing, I think it was still the Prudential. That goes something else.
Yeah, there you go.
When you look back, how long have you been in the sport now?
So since I graduated Boston College, 2008, 2009.
Okay, so it has not been that long. When you look back, most important race in your career so far for you?
Oh, I think the most important race, it's cliche, but it's always the one right in front of you. But this is
the most important race.
This is huge. Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Joe, thanks, man. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, Bob, I appreciate you
Always an honor to chat with you. Joe Maloy has been our guest. Again, this is Breakfast with Bob. We are in Chicago at the ITU World Championship. We're brought to you by Epson. We're airing on Triathlete.com. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.